Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to do something a little different. I'm actually at the movie theater and I chose to do a movie review today. Now I know I talk a lot about wanting to write movies and direct movies and shoot movies, but not only do I like that, I like to watch what other people are making too. Today I decided to see the movie Crawl. Now if you haven't seen the commercials for Crawl, it's basically about a flood warning for a city and the city floods, and a woman and I think her father get trapped in the house and there's a giant crocodile swimming around their house and they can't get out. Oh, that was a bad explanation, but that's pretty much the gist of the movie. And I'm so excited because this movie looks like it has everything I want. If you haven't seen the commercial, go look it up. They have tons of trailers on YouTube. You can go check it out, see what it's about.
Banging on the pipes. Where's their senses?
I really am looking forward to watching this movie. I love suspense movies. Like, if I could never watch a romance or comedy again, I think I may be okay. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and head in here. I'm leaving my camera in the car. Bootlegging is illegal. Although I have my camera and tripod and everything set up, just know, bootlegging movies, it's illegal. You can't do it. You're not supposed to. I've never actually, I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm not bringing the camera inside. I actually have a journal that I'm gonna take notes in, and that way when I'm done, I can come back out and share with you guys what I thought. And if you're interested, go ahead, run out, the movie's out. I'm not advertising, this is not sponsored. I love suspense films and I want people to enjoy movies. If you're not doing anything, go see it, and that way when I post this video and you've seen it, you can comment below and tell me what you think. I love movies. I love to share the love of movies with people. I'm so excited. Sorry this is a little late. I'm about a day late. I met up with a friend at the movie and then we went to Fridays afterwards. So I'm doing this the next morning. Not that kind of the next morning, but the next morning. However, Crawl was an amazing movie, okay? Amazing movie. I loved it. Couldn't take my eyes off the screen. I'm not gonna give away any spoilers. There's no spoilers in this video. But when they say a movie keeps you on the edge of your seat, this movie actually kept me on the edge of my seat. Like, usually I kind of sit back and watch it. I couldn't sit back. It was awesome. What I loved most about this movie, the jump scares. Now, when you watch a lot of scary movies, especially like I do, and like I like, the jump scares become kind of predictable. But in this movie, every single jump scare I didn't expect. There might have been one or two that I expected, but the rest of them, I was like, oh my God. But I also loved about the movie, and this is just me, I love anything to do with natural disaster. I love effects, I love graphics, I love everything that goes into it. I loved everything about how they did the floodings, how they did everything, how they did the crocodiles or alligators. The only thing I didn't like about this movie, which goes for any movie, is the ditzy moments. However, this being my very first review of a movie, I kind of thought about why don't I like the ditzy moments, and quite frankly, when you think about it, when you're in the theater and you go, oh God, why doesn't she do this? Why doesn't she do that? One, if she did, there wouldn't be a movie. And two, you have to put yourself in their position. You say, you know, I wouldn't ask that dumb question, but you're sitting comfortably in a theater watching from the outside. From the inside, if you had a crocodile 2 feet away from you, I think you'd have the same kind of moment. Therefore, I'm starting not to hate ditzy moments anymore. Not in movies, at least. So that's probably the only thing in the movie where I thought, oh, but I loved it. I loved it, I loved it, I loved it. I loved everything about it. Now, if you're not particularly fond of a lot of blood and things like that, maybe you ask somebody who's seen it if you're able to watch those scenes, but there is a little bit of there's alligators in the movie, so there's a little bit of blood going on there. It's nothing like Hostel or Saw or anything like that, but Crawl is definitely worth going to see. If you've got time, go see it. Crawl is one of those movies that I'm actually probably going to buy So definitely go see it. Buy it when it comes out. I'm ready to see it again, but I don't have the time to go see a movie over and over at the theater. I wish I did. But definitely worth seeing. Very interesting. The storyline's good. It is a little bit of an emotional movie. It does get into some emotions. The backstory is very heartfelt, but I look for the graphics and gore. So, and I will say I like the balance they had of backstory versus effects and gore and action. It had the perfect balance of story and events, and I loved the movie. The jump scares were the best. The actors were awesome. When you go see a movie like this, it's usually more about the effects and the animals, the creatures, everything going on. The actors were actually good in it too. The expressions, the emotion, they were actually very good, and I really enjoyed it. It's definitely worth going to see. Go with a friend, go by yourself. I went with a friend. I usually go by myself, which is why it's kind of fun to do this review now because I saw it with someone else. But I usually go to movies by myself. I don't let it stop me. So yeah, go see the movie. It was good. It was great.
Did you hear that?
It was an amazing movie. There's a car watching me.